Did you have any idea about that question, the first question? Okay, let us come to the article first. Okay, we are doing a kind of reverse engineering. Here the question that you have seen is consider the following statement with regard to Atal Pension Yojana. Why have we chosen that question? Because it was asked previously. And coming to this part, the article is talking about three aspects. You need to remember only and infer only the relevant component which is on the lines of UPSC. The relevant component that you need to take from this article is simple. The statistics that are given. The first statistic that you note down, you please keep a book with you next time. Okay. International Labour Organization says that 15% of working age adults globally live with a mental disorder. These are the statistics part, the first part. Such statistics are given here. 90% of the workforce in India are informal in sector, in nature, and the second statistics part. And third one is the statistics that are mentioned here with respect to here the study reports. Study reports, Women in Informal Employment Globalizing Organization, that is named as WIGO. WIGO has mentioned that informal workers face mental distress due to accumulating debt. This is the report given. So, where should you use this in your mains examination? That is more important, because the point that you write should be substantiated with a fact, the valid report, a study that is mentioned by any authentic source, right. Here the authentic source should be International Labour Organization, which is mentioning that the mental disorder is being witnessed in various parts of the across the world, especially the most victimized people are working age adults, okay. And at the same time in India's aspect, here WIGO and also National Crime Record Bureau has mentioning that here the informal workforce who are facing such mental distress due to accumulation of debt, that is given by WIGO. And the second aspect is National Crime Records Bureau, out of total suicides committed, the 26% weightage is from which sector? Again, these informal people who are actually not having any social security benefit, that is the National Crime Record Bureau. So, the statistics mentioned by International Labour Organization, C.A.R.E. and the WIGO. Just remember this thing and make it a simple point there and keep it forever until your mains examination, and first point. And second aspect is with respect to the reports that are mentioned here. Who will release those reports? That is also important for your preliminary examination perspective and the mains. Here the report mentioned here is the State of Inequality in India report 2022. Have you heard about such a report? State of Inequality in India report. State of Inequality in India report. Who will release that report? Office of Economic Advisory Council. It is an economic advisory council to Prime Minister of India. The economic advisor is who is the economic advisor? Vivek Debray. He released that report. So, the State of Inequality in India report 2022 observes that unemployment rate increases with educational levels, especially working young age women who is potential to work, but due to level of education which is increased, they are unable to get employed in various sectors. That is the report given by State of Inequality, okay, State of Inequality in India report, and that report is released by that our Chief Economic Advisor Council, Chief Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister of India. And this is the basic element that you need to remember. And also according to the United Nations Development Program, unemployment and poor quality employment have consistently been detrimental to mental health. This is a statement given by. So, what you have to remember from it? Statistics and the reports released and statements given by various organizations across the world and within India also, which are very authentic in nature. Okay? So, next coming to the solution part. What is the basic solution that Indian government wants to provide for those informal unorganized working sector people? The solution is like the schemes, Atal Pension Yojana. Why have we chosen this one, the relevant component? Because we can choose any statement or report or statistics also. However, most of the cases UPSC may infer with respect to such schemes and policies if that is mentioned in any article several times. So, the scheme is with respect to Atal Pension Yojana. Okay, this is a previous year question. You need to go through these previous year questions, therefore, you can understand the actual alignment and understanding, UPSC orientation, right. You can align your mind on the lines of changing pattern and dynamics of UPSC by analyzing these previous year questions. The question is talking about regarding Atal Pension Yojana, which of the following statements are correct? It is minimum guaranteed pension scheme mainly targeted at unorganized sector workers. Is it true statement? Mainly targeted, that is no problem, there is no such kind of extremity involved in it. Okay? Please go through this statement, and the document is posted in KPIS Delhi Telegram channel. Just you can type KPIS Delhi, enter document explanation with explanation, and the article will be seen there. Okay? And next one is here, these are the statement PYQ related, therefore, the inspired question, you can answer this question if possible. It is a voluntary pension scheme launched by Government of India for all citizens of India, especially the poor, underprivileged and the workers in unorganized sector. Is it possible, right? Next, income taxpayers are not eligible to enroll under Atal Pension Yojana. Is it okay? Fine. Income taxpayers are not eligible under Atal Pension Yojana. Yes. Yes. Next, and a national pension scheme subscriber cannot subscribe to Atal Pension Yojana. It is a wrong statement. Okay? A national existing NPS, National Pension Scheme subscriber, can also subscribe to Atal Pension Yojana if he meets the basic eligibility criteria. Okay? So, and the remaining statements that are given there, and people may opt according to their paying capacity. Okay? 1000 to 5000 rupees. Based on that, they will get the returns after the 60 years of the age, and also the spouse will get benefit if the person who subscribed to that pension maybe died. Okay, yes, postmostly it is available to the spouse. Okay. Next, the silence around the state seizure of India's press. So, this is a contentious issue, a little controversial. You no need to take the radical statements given in this article. However, you must consider the statements given related to the cases and the judgments. Okay. Judges may iterate certain words. You can use those statements, but not the author statement. What is the judgment statement and author statement that you need to differentiate? Is it obstructing you to see? You can sit here, no problem. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Here, what are the judgments mentioned in this article? Similarly, in the previous article that I have told you, the statistics report, here you need to remember the article, means judgments. What is the judgment that is talking about in this article? Case Puttaswamy case, which has mentioned that ADM Jabalpur case judgment as a discordant note. So, it is given a quite opposite judgment to this ADM Jabalpur case. Okay. Here it has upheld the right to privacy. It has mentioned balance that right to privacy is also important apart from the security measures taken by the Government of India. Okay. However, expressly it repudiated that ADM Jabalpur case as a repudiant one. So, okay. So, second one. So, it is quite opposite to each other, and this article, but the author is talking, author is talking like that you should never take such a statement, because for example, the author is mentioning that India is passing through a transitory emergency as well as a marked phase of digital authoritarianism. Can you use that statement? Because you will become an activist here, you should never use this, but the statement is given by whom? It is a judgment related statement, therefore, you can use such a statement by quoting those judgments. Okay. So, such careful inference from given article on the lines of UPSC is important. And next, coming to aggressive actions by the executive. Here, such kind of statement may not be used by you, but you can use the report given here again. World Press Freedom Index. It is released by Reporters Without Borders. Reporters Without Borders. Okay. Keep a pen and book with you every day. Okay. Reporters Without Borders will release World Press Freedom Index. This is a report. Okay. World Justice Report was asked by UPSC in 2018. Okay. Such from these articles only UPSC will select those reports. Okay. World Mental Health Disorder Report. Who will give it? Please find it. Okay. From the given article only. You know, okay. This is homework. Sometimes I will give you homework, but you will search. Okay. And next, World Press Freedom Index has mentioned that India is ranked 161 out of 180 countries. Okay. And legal interference in the journalism is prevalent in India's case. And why such an article is given? Why the author has used those radical statements against the government of India? Because this is digital authoritarianism from the side of the government. Because an online journal named Newsleak, few journalists are arrested under Unlawful Prevention Act, right. So, when they are facing such a detention, there may be a possibility of these statements and the cases mentioned here. And one more case that you need to remember from the given article here only. The case is Karnataka High Court in Virendra Khanna versus State of Karnataka. It has determined that an arrested individual can indeed be coerced to unlock their smartphone by police personnel. Police personnel who is going to arrest an individual may coercively unlock the smartphones and other electronic goods. Okay. This is determined by, this is iterated by which case? Karnataka High Court in Virendra Khanna versus State of Karnataka. So, these may look brutal, uncivilized, undemocratic in nature, but the statements reiterated by the High Court judgments, okay, those may give you kind of orientation to analyze and assess the option and elimination techniques also. For example, let me give you one more such example here. Here with respect to 2023 preliminary examination, what does it talk? Here 2023 preliminary examination is talking like unauthorized wearing of uniforms, and next it is knowingly misleading and celebratory gunfire, isn't it? So, these are the match the following related questions with respect to the act, under act. This is also a homework for you. Please go through each of these acts. Why have they asked that question? Because similar such kind of articles were given several times in the newspapers. Therefore, UPSC has asked a little bit deeper understanding oriented questions, right, and without any elimination option. Therefore, you need to understand, because if they ask which of the above statements is true, may be possibility of elimination, but if they are asking how many of the above statements are true, you need to choose either only out of 3 only 1 is true, out of 3 only 2 are true, or all are wrong, it seems, right. So, there is no elimination option. Likewise, if we have chosen any statement from the given article there, whether it is true or false, you need to tell. Okay. The power to search and seize can be exercised. The power to search and seize can be exercised by the police either suo motu or under a warrant issued by the court. Is it true? Okay, good. How did you infer such information? How did you say it is the true statement? Because based on Karnataka Virendra, a case is also telling that police personnel may coercively take smartphone. There may be a possibility of suo motu seizing of any smartphone or electronic gadgets of an individual, right, search and seize operation, or under a warrant issued by the court, there may be possibility. In cases where statutory provisions haven't been complied with, the credibility of evidence in support of such cannot be admitted. Is it true? There is a possibility. Please think logically. Here, in cases where statutory provisions haven't been complied with, they are not having any compliance. Okay, the statutory, if a person who is going under detention, the arresting person may not be following compliance with the provisions determined by the statutory. Okay, the statutory provisions are not in compliance during the time of arrest. That is the first part of the statement. And second part, the credibility of evidence in support of such cannot be admitted during that time. During that time, if evidence is collected, it may not be admitted or cannot be admitted? May not be admitted, may be admitted, may not be admitted is a true statement. Cannot be admitted is an eliminating statement, right? Think logically. Okay. Okay. In cases where statutory provisions are not in compliance during the time of arrest, the evidence may not be admitted. May not be, because there are certain cases mentioned there already in the explanation part. I will show you after reading the third statement. Evidence obtained under illegal search. Illegal search means there is no warrant given by the court during a search by police personnel. So, such illegal search will be completely ruled out in the courts. Such illegal search will be completely ruled out in courts. Now, see, apply the logic, again you have directly jumped into the conclusion, right. Little, just take some time, pause it and think of, because the exam is demanding you to think logically and think faster and also think little broader and deeper too. Okay, that is the lengthier paper, the people you are getting lengthier papers, right. So, you need a little bit faster analysis and required pause is important while eliminating and assessing the statement. Here statement number 2 and 3 are incorrect. Why? They are mentioning the extremities, cannot be and completely ruled out. Okay. As per Matajok Dubey versus H.C. Bhare case, as per this judgment, the court stated that in cases where statutory provisions have not been complied with, the credibility of evidence in support of such may be diminished, Okay. Next, the evidence provided may be disbelieved unless the defendant gives sufficient reasons for any non-compliance with the provisions, unless sufficient compliance has been submitted. Okay. And next, in case of state of Madhya Pradesh versus Paltan Malha, next, it was held that the evidence obtained under illegal search is not completely ruled out unless it has caused accused serious prejudice. Okay. Unless it has caused serious prejudice against this accused personality while in search of search by police personnel. Okay. So, this is about Paltan Malha versus state of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. So, this is what the irrespective of your abundant understanding and content and knowledge and enriched value addition in the form of statistics reports, ultimately you need to develop what should you develop? You need to develop real time exam exposure. Okay. In the real time exam exposure, you need to develop your thinking line, that is important. So, based on those statement, have you got any reference from it, right? Next, fine. Next, original sin, that is Israel occupation of Palestine territories must end for lasting peace. Is Israel-Palestine dispute important for UPSC? Historical background important for UPSC? Actually, their historical background is not much important, you no need to read the entire history of Israel-Palestine. But with respect to UPSC, what was the actual question that you can infer from this article with respect to UPSC? Only the places in the news and the organizations in the news and the conflict zones and the borders, the map pointing. These are the only things that were asked by UPSC, and the tribes which are in conflict zones, their names were also given in the form of match the following without elimination, with elimination techniques. So, only think on those lines. Entire history of Israel-Palestine is not required, because yes, there is a conflict between Israel and Palestine counterparts mutually. What is the conflict? This is ethnic violence also taking place and also territorial disputes. Okay. And Israel has been occupying Palestine territories after world wars, because the British mandate was announced by this, and British mandate has placed these Jewish people to be in a secure place in which they have ancestral roots. Okay. And Israel Jewish people had to be accommodated because of the persecution that has taken place during the reign of Hitler. Hitler was persecuting Jewish people during the time of world wars, right. Therefore, Jewish people were compelled to go to their homeland. So, by the time Palestinians were residing, which were a territory occupied during the Islamic invasions in the 7th century, and there were also few pilgrimage centers which are both holy places for both the communities, Jewish and also Arab communities. The pilgrimage centers and the holy places are Jerusalem, Bethlehem and Palestine. Okay. After that, there was huge support from these western countries to settle these Jewish people, and the Jewish people who had entered into a conflict in 1950s time with the Palestinian people tried to occupy various territories, and later and few territories were in the hands of these Palestinians, this Gaza Strip and West Bank, and these territories are under occupation by Israeli forces. And there is also a counter attack which is taking place against these Israel on behalf of liberation of Palestine. Those forces are militant organizations are Hamas and Hezbollah. Hamas is placed in Gaza Strip, Hezbollah is placed in Lebanon. Okay. This is Lebanon based Hezbollah and Gaza based Hamas. They both are fighting against Israel and they are attacking Israeli settlements. Therefore, the counter retaliation has been taking place from the side of the Israel. Okay. So, this is the actual story. This has been in the news for several days. So, the news therefore derive the places of Gaza Strip, West Bank, borders, Israel borders and Golan Heights, and next Dead Sea. Okay, these were asked by UPSC. Which of the following countries are open out to Mediterranean Sea? UPSC has asked in 2015. Jordan is not open out to Mediterranean Sea, right? So, this is areas known as Gaza Strip sometimes appear in the news in the context of events related to Middle East. Similar type of question, Golan Heights sometimes appear in the news in the context of events related to Middle East. Okay. Next, these are the border states, Egypt adjacent to Egypt, and next Sinai Peninsula. This was also occupied by Israel during the after Second World War during conflict with Palestine. However, it was taken back by Israel between this cordial relationship. Okay. Next, coming to this West Bank, this is in the midst of Jordan and Israel and adjacent to this Dead Sea. Okay. And next, Golan Heights, this is also in the midst of Syria and Israel, but it is also bordering Lebanon. Okay. So, Lebanon, Syria, Golan Heights, Dead Sea, West Bank, Gaza Strip which is open out to Mediterranean Sea, and here Sinai Peninsula, Egypt, and the statements given there are Lebanon, Syria likewise in 2015, but actually not opening out to Mediterranean Sea is Jordan. Jordan is adjacent to Israel and the northward boundary is Syria and it is bordering Saudi Arabia here. So, it has no such open out to Mediterranean Sea, and Golan Heights borders also you got to know now, right. Next, festive cheer, that is urban consumer confidence at 7-year peak it is actually. So, actually consumer confidence survey, it is a survey conducted by whom? Again it is also a prelim specific question. Consumer confidence survey conducted by Reserve Bank of India. It is a bi-monthly report. Bi-monthly is having two interpretations. First interpretation is about twice in a month, and second interpretation is once in 2 months. Okay. But this report is released by RBI in 2 months, once in 2 months. Okay. It is a bi-monthly report. And next, after the for last 7 years, when RBI has been releasing, did not witness such kind of positive outcome compared to this time. Okay. September time, RBI has released this confidence survey, consumer confidence survey. It has expressed a positive outcome. Here in 2020, entire economic situation was very much worsened was in peaks, and the positive impression is at lowest stage in 2020 during the COVID time. And before that also you have never seen such positive outcome mostly in most of the cases. Economic situation, now the economic situation is improved. It is a statement mentioned, it is an opinion expressed by most of the households. Out of 6,000 plus households who are participants in this consumer confidence survey that is conducted by RBI, this 36% is the positive note expressed by these household sector. Okay. The level of worsen, that is economic situation worsen, which is expressed in 2020 is reduced to 44%. Okay. It was around 80% during 2020, now it is reduced to 44%. Therefore, it shows that there is a positive outcome from the side of households with respect to their total overall economic situation, the opinion expressed by them. Okay. And the impact with respect to employment opportunities. The employment opportunities that they have expressed is also positive compared to previous times, earlier times, almost from 2016. For last 7 years, this is the positive aspect. So, with respect to employment opportunities, income levels and also price levels, spending, these all 5 components are covered under this consumer confidence survey. This is chart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And coming to our PYQ orientation, he has asked about consumer price index and wholesale price index one, right? CPI, WPI comparison. Go through the distinction between CPI and WPI and give me the report tomorrow. Okay. This is also one of the homeworks, because this is a static question which was several times asked by UPSC, comparative question. Okay. And I have been showing you the testimonials also, because I cannot put all 10 questions here. Okay. Next, consider the following statements with regard to consumer confidence survey report RBI. It is annual report? No, it is bi-monthly report, mean once in 2 months. Next, it covers 1 year ahead expectations of household and general economic situation, employment scenario, overall price situation, the 5 charts that I have shown you, own income and spending across all major cities of India. No, not all major cities of India, only 19 cities are covered under this consumer confidence survey, but the sample size is very less, only 6,077 households are chosen by RBI. So, not all cities across the country, that is a fundamental understanding, right. Next, what is the multimodal artificial intelligence and why is it important? Nowadays, this has been very prominent in nature, ChatGPT and not only ChatGPT, various other tools came into picture and Google also competing with ChatGPT. And coming to this multimodal, here you are giving only text as an input to generate certain output from the ChatGPT. Now, you can give together sound, audio, video, everything. Okay? This is called multimodal artificial intelligence, and they can generate together and they can give you a captured image and they can give you the image and song or any kind of note which is akin to brain of human beings cognitive ability. Okay? Nowadays, this till now the present system means earlier multimodal systems, combined computer vision, natural language processing models are audio or text together perform some of the simpler, but rather important functions like automatic image caption generation like that. Okay. So, it has been giving you that in future together if you give the ideas and form any kind of context by drawing meaning from images, these sounds, videos, text around them, this may give you a simplistic, innovative, creative image, a solution and capture it, and it can that may be akin to cognitive abilities of human brain. Okay. Such multimodal artificial intelligence is more creative compared to, so during the times of 2020 it was not much upgraded. Here the question is present state of development. So, what is the potential of artificial intelligence is not the question. The potential may consider all the options, but during the present state may not be considering all the options. But at this time present state it can consider create meaningful short stories, yes. By that time it may not be creating meaningful short stories. It is not akin to the cognitive ability of human being, it is not much creative and innovative, right. So, the songs and music that it may produce. So, there is a possibility that the extension of artificial intelligence technology is seen in various aspects. This multimodal artificial intelligence can understand and process information from multiple sensory modalities such as text, image, speech and various aspects. Okay? This is what speech. Next, one more interesting scientific concept is here James Webb Space Telescope. This is launched by NASA, European Space Agency and Canada Space Agency to study the evolution of the universe. Okay. How will it study? This telescope can understand the emitting light from the stars. Based on that it can analyze, it has certain analytics. And now this James Webb Telescope launched in 2021, operational in 2022, detected about 10 times very bright galaxies, 10 times more bright galaxies. Okay. Through this telescope you can see the emitting light, and based on that you can analyze the brightness of those galaxies. Here more bright galaxies from cosmic dawn than anticipated based on most theoretical models. What the scientist has anticipated is not, it is above the anticipation, the observation is above the anticipation. So, such emitting light is giving you an understanding that such emitting, in our new paper we show quantitatively using our simulations that burst out of the stars, that is emanated from the stars, the star burst, okay, the light burst that is coming from these stars is captured by telescope. Okay, telescope. So, our simulations that the burst of star formation produce flashes of light that can explain the very bright galaxies observed by the James Webb Telescope. Okay. This is the functioning of James Space Telescope, James Webb, and recent detection. And one more thing, its basic functionality, this is existence of galaxies during the universe infancy is also understood by this. Okay. And also it can understand the evolution after the Big Bang, okay, that is regarding cosmic dawn. galaxies from cosmic dawn. What is cosmic dawn? After the formation of the universe, mean Big Bang theory, around 50 million to 1 billion time, mean during the time of formation of the universe. This James Webb telescope can give you certain inputs and insights related to it, and still it is under the stage of development. Scientists may not be able to completely configure it, because in contrast to forming stars at nearly constant rate, here scientists are finding that the star formation activity in those early galaxies went on and off with some large fluctuations over time. So, there is formation of galaxy and at the same time diminishing these galaxies also. There is such on and off is found by scientists. Therefore, they are not completely having such a picture, but they can understand the cosmic dawn stage of this Big Bang theory, that is after the formation of the universe between 50 million to 1 billion times, how the galaxies were evolved, how they were again diminished. Okay. This is what the scientists have been finding out. Why have we chosen that question in UPSC CDS examination also in 2022, various times CDS exams, the questions that were asked may be reflected in the UPSC also. Okay, CAPF also, Central Armed Police Personnel. Okay. And coming to this question, like James Webb Space Telescope, it is launched by whom? Partnership with European Space Agency, NASA and Canada Space Agency, and it is the largest observatory ever observed into the space. Okay, observatory telescope. Next, dawn, cosmic dawn in the evolution of universe, the significance of cosmic dawn. What have I told you? It signifies the formation of the first stars, black holes, galaxies in the universe. It signifies, right? First, here cosmic dawn is a crucial period in the history of the universe, occurring from about 50 million years to 1 billion years after the Big Bang. During this time, the first celestial structures including stars, black holes and galaxies began to form, making a significant milestone in the evolution of the universe. Okay. Have you got full clarity about the concept? Now you can get through it. Next, District Mineral Foundation funds transforming lives of mining affected areas. Okay. What is this District Mineral Foundation? Well, the only thing that you need to remember, and also its outcome, which can be helpful for your mains answer writing substantiation. Here with respect to prelims, you need to understand what is District Mineral Foundation, but outcome is also important for substantiation. Here 82,370 crore are collected under this DMF, and 644 districts out of 23 states have got such a benefit out of this fund. Okay. The states here mentioned are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, where mineral resources are rich and abundant. Okay. District Mineral Foundation. Next, consider the following statements with regard to District Mineral Foundation. It is a trust set up as a non-profit body in those districts affected by mining works to work for the interest and benefit of persons, areas affected by mining related operations. Okay, good. Next, it is funded through the contribution from the holder of major and minor minerals, concession in the district as may be prescribed by the central or state government, as may be prescribed by, but you are confining to as may be fine, but with respect to central or state government, is it true? Who will interfere, state or center? Okay, you will get to know now. Next, the composition and functions of the District Mineral Foundation shall be such as may be prescribed by the state government in the consultation with the governor of the state. Okay, let us see here District Mineral Foundation question in 2016 is given, please go through this. Okay. And coming to the explanation part for the questions that I have asked you. It is a trust set up as non-profit body, districts affected by mining works for the interest and benefit of persons who are affected there, and they are under next, funded through contributions from holder of major or minor mineral concession in the district may be prescribed by the central or state government. Okay. But with respect to composition and functions of the District Mineral Foundation shall be such prescribed by state government. So, therefore, prescribed by whom? State government. Okay, no problem. Is it visible now? No problem. Yes. Next question is periodic labor force. Periodic labor force survey. Okay. Periodic labor force survey annual report 2022-23 released. Okay. Here increasing trend in labor force participation rate and worker population ratio that you have seen here. Coming to this one, here consider the following statement with regard to periodic labor force survey. It is released by National Sample Survey Organization. Next, it estimates employment and unemployment indicators in both usual status and current weekly status in both rural and urban areas annually. You please go through this statement. Have you heard about periodic labor force survey? No, you haven't heard, right? I think you might have read the newspaper several times. Okay. Next, it estimates the key employment and unemployment indicators in the short term interval of 3 months for the urban areas only in the current weekly status. So, you please develop two things, that irrespective of knowing anything, you should have developed your intuition. That intuition may help you to develop a logical wild guess. Okay. In the examination, nobody knows everything. You may be knowing only 35 to 40% questions, that is actually highest level of full length confidence. Okay. Here according to periodic labor force survey, a data based question 2017-18 was asked UPSC CAPF. Therefore, UPSC may prefer to ask such question. With respect to these statements, I will give you detailed explanation here. Considering importance of such availability of labor force, it is released by National Sample Survey Organization. Okay. And next thing, the objective is to estimate key employment and unemployment indications, worker population ratio, first point, and second, labor force participation rate, third, unemployment rate. Okay. Workers, unemployment, worker population ratio, labor force participation, next unemployment. These three are covered under this key employment and unemployment indicators. Next, in the short term interval of 3 months for the urban areas only in the current weekly status. I got to know, only see in the short time interval of 3 months for the urban areas only in the current weekly status. Next, to estimate employment and unemployment indicators in both usual status and current weekly status in both rural and urban areas annually. See, to estimate employment and unemployment indicators in both usual status and current weekly status annually. I mean, number of days worked in a week and hours worked per day, simple. Okay. So, core economic concepts these are, I mean, like poverty, unemployment, mobilization of resources, part of your main syllabus. Okay. Understand those core concepts. Next, India and Tanzania elevate ties to strategic partnership, agree on 5-year roadmap for defense cooperation. Here what you need to derive, here growing importance to with respect to Africa, Indo-Africa relations. India has gone into a new horizons. Okay. It has taken forward its soft power next level and it has been dominating with its soft power with such developmental principles and aspects, dominating it has expressing its dominance compared to China also, which is expressing its hard power, military power and financial strength. Okay. And coming to this Tanzania part, you need to remember that UPSC line of thought. Okay. Here Tanzania has agreed on a 5-year roadmap in the field of defense, that is important, first point. And second, Tanzania has also overwhelmingly accepted to join the Global Biofuel Alliance. Global Biofuel Alliance launched by Indian government recently in a G20 summit, Global Biofuel Alliance. Remember this, and this is a homework that I am giving to you, Global Biofuel Alliance, read about it. Okay. And this is related to, again, one more inference related to UPSC derived from this article. Next, coming to actual Tanzania related question. Tanzania, consider the following statements. How many of the countries listed above are sharing boundary with the Tanzania? Do you know mapping of the Tanzania? Okay, you haven't gone through mole map, please go through it again, because UPSC in 2000 time has asked a question related to which of the following lakes forms an international boundary between Tanzania and Uganda. International boundary between Tanzania, Uganda. Here Victoria, therefore we have chosen such a question similar to it and go through those map oriented one. Please go through it one. Here Victoria, I have gone through it. Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Tanzania. This is a 2000 based question. Victoria Lake is in the midst of Uganda and Tanzania. And the borders of Tanzania that you need to remember, here Lake Nyasa is also located, Lake Tanganyika is also located. Lake Tanganyika is in between C.A.R.E, that is also named as Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay? Between that country, Congo, and also Democratic Republic of Congo and Tanzania. Tanganyika, Nyasa, Victoria, these three. And here the borders are Mozambique and Malawi, Zambia are in the southern part, and Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi are in the west and east parts, okay, east and west respectively. And next, here few more such questions may be asked. I mean, drying up of various lakes across world. RLC was also asked by UPSC in 2018. In 2018, regarding RLC, which of the following seas are drying up likewise? The question was asked. Therefore, and also this year 2023, UPSC has asked such kind of question. Here, a dry channel at Puraquequara, I do not know what is the pronunciation actually, Puraquequara lake in Manaus, Brazil, a lake in Brazil. This riverside population has suffered from lack of water caused by severe drought in the north country. Okay? The drought has dried up rivers and made it difficult to travel. So, this kind of PVQ that you can see, the PVQ is which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert in 2023. Here option B, that is Fogubide, Lake Fogubide desert. Okay. West Africa has become dry. Which of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? That is statement given here. Please go through those statements. Here Puraquequara is North Brazil located lake, made headlines because it is drying up due to its severe drought. Okay. So, these are the MCQs, and next one is about UPSC mains PVQs. The first, UPSC mains questions also. The first question in the first part, which I have given you the keyword list. See, I will tell you one simple trick. You have how much time in the original examination to attempt a 10 marker question? 7 minutes. But to understand a question, to brainstorm, how much time will it take? 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Okay. So, how much ideal time that you will get for a 10 marker question? 6 minutes 20 seconds. Okay. 6 minutes to please calculate each and every second properly. So, 6 minutes 20 seconds that you need to write. If you have sufficient keywords in your brain after reading, suppose if you know one nation, one election, simple, and suppose Digital Personal Data Protection Act, if you know these concepts, immediately after seeing this, pros, cons, advantage, disadvantage, whatever it is, 10 points should come into your brain. Okay, such spontaneity should be there. You no need to search for points and think logically and derive points. You cannot have sufficient time for basic questions. These are fundamental questions, anybody can write better than that of you. Therefore, you should be enriched with the content. So, such content can be enriched by incorporating as many dimensions as possible by providing various keywords associated with those concepts. Okay. Suppose the state of India's scheduled areas. Therefore, if you go through this article, that I am giving you a simple keyword related homework. Remember all this keyword when you get to know this area, concept of scheduled areas, governance structure and criteria identifying scheduled areas, and challenges and significance. For each component, just concept of scheduled area you need to know 2 to 3 lines. Immediately that should come to your brain. Fraction of seconds you should be able to reproduce it, first point. And next, discuss is an all encompassive directive. you should analyze it in 360 degrees. You can take pros, cons, advantage, disadvantage, and you can also give you counter arguments and various substantiating points there. Okay. Next, governance structure and criteria identifying schedule areas. Once you understand the concept, you can identify the criteria, how to choose those schedule areas. Okay. The criteria is very static and fact oriented. You must mug up it, remember it, okay, because that is a criteria, that is not analysis. Okay. Next, analyze the challenges and significance. This is analytical oriented. Analyze challenges and significance of schedule areas in the context of tribal welfare. So, you need to learn positive aspects in determining, positive aspects of bringing such scheduled area, and also disadvantages or challenges. It has certain objectives, but objectives may not be fulfilled properly. So, those challenges you need to understand. At least you should be able to produce 4 to 5 challenges immediately on spot when I ask you about scheduled areas. Scheduled areas concept, scheduled area relevance, and the objective that they are unable to meet or not, that is important. Okay. These are related to governance structure, president notifies schedule area, state from tribal advisory council, this is static in nature, anybody can write it. Okay. And identification criteria, tribal population predominance and compactness for administration, academic backwardness relative to neighbors, this is identification criteria, this is also factoring, this is static in nature. The left part that you have understood about the static one, and challenges and significant, right part is analytical in nature. See, challenges, exclusion of ST populated, governance unity, ambiguity, and I am giving you a work that you need to incorporate 2 to 3 points here. Keyword, only you need to write keywords. You should never give 360 degrees analysis for each question for each dimension, because you should never have such a time, because to write these points it will take at least 5 to 6 minutes time. 10 minutes 10 marker question is over already. Okay. Just produce the relevant content, as much content as possible, relevant as much as possible, enriched content. So, these keywords must be visible to the examiner who are evaluating your paper. Anybody can give you, whoever comes from the world, he must be able, he must give you the scores. Okay. Your answer should be in that stage. So, next I am also having one more question, mains question here. Go through that mains question and try to develop your own insights over it. Okay. Every day I will be giving you 2 mains question and answers, 10 main CQs, 10 PYQs associated with it. Okay. This is current affairs reverse engineering technique. Instead of reading entire article, now you got to know the actual glimpse of article and PYQs associated with it, and practice MCQs and practice mains questions with proper dimensions, keywords. Just remember 1000 mains question answers for next 2024 attempt, 1000 mains keywords. 1000 mains keywords, just I am giving you this table. This table is fit in just one side of the A4 sheet paper. Okay. Sometimes 3 tables may be fit in this A4 sheet paper, because you are seeing that how much space it has taken, just only 1/4 of the space of an A4 sheet paper. So, if you are having 10 mains related questions with complete keywords including the challenges, significance and static component, 10 questions within a page, in the front and back side of the page, within a page. So, 1000 questions will be fit in how many pages? That is it, 100 pages. How much time will it take for you to revise all those 100 pages? Just if you read 10 times, those 100 pages will be revised by you in 2 to 3 hours. Okay. These 1000 mains questions and answers may give you at least 40 to 50 questions in the original examination, the coming 2024, out of 80 questions for all 4 papers of the GS. So, you can save lot of time, energy and enriched content you can produce there. That is a strategy of this reverse engineering technique. Okay. So, I think how is the session?